Welcome back, everyone. Lancescurv here, Lancescurvx.com to see the latest stuff. I want to talk about the situation I heard about in Chicago, where they didn't say any race, but they said teenagers, high schoolers, would come into a particular McDonald's and fighting, throwing food, insulting people, and just being unruly. It's not acceptable. Really and truly it isn't. And this is something that we've known for a very long time. It's been happening, but it's happening worse. And to me, it's like when you notice the check engine light on your vehicle, and then you see or hear another noise that's warning you that something's definitely wrong. And you ignore it and ignore it and ignore it. It gets worse and worse and worse. What kind of parents do we have these days? Remember, this is 2025. And if you have a parent who grew up X amount of years ago, then social media has affected them. Social media has definitely affected their children. And it's anything goes now, anything goes. But the things that we see, it used to be years ago when you had a little altercation or a little rivalry in school, elementary school, junior high school, usually high school, junior high school. It ended when the bell rang. But guess what? It doesn't end anymore when the bell rings and you go out of school and go home or go to study, if you do study. It's a thing where the battle continues and brews up after school on social media. Wow, every time I start to record or do a live show, here it comes, always. If I want the phone to ring, it won't ring, but if I want it to ring, do a recording, power off, have fun, everybody. But it brews up. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, ooh, did you hear what they said? And other people are chiming in and sending private messages, getting it amped up so you come back to school and you're ready to fight. You come back to school and you're not even thinking about schooling. You're not thinking about your lesson. You were sitting up all night on your phone ready for the battle. And now your ego's on the line. And now you want to show who is the more dominant person, who is not going to back down. And then you have sides. You have people taking sides. You have your crew and the other person has their crew. And you end up at McDonald's. Why do you end up at McDonald's? Why don't you take this to an open field somewhere? Even if you have to go that far, but why should it even be that way? Generation, we've always had fights. I mean, I've known fights in school back in the 70s, right? And you walk out to the schoolyard or to a park or whatever, some cop or some adult comes and breaks it up, But now it's deadly. You can get killed, you can get shot over what somebody says. And this is what's going on with us. I was in a conversation earlier, we were speaking about a prism, where it grabs light, a beam of light, and it splits it off into different colors. Well, this is what social media has done with us. It takes our core light, who we are as a people, and it splits it up in so many different factions, and this is why we can't get anywhere. As a people, you can take that the way you want to take it, but as a people, we can't get anywhere. We're so split up to the delight of somebody else who's over by the side saying, yeah, keep being split. You can't ever win. All these different categories of who we identify with. You see? You have Captain Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, and you have this guy Langley who is in the military over AFRICOM or whatever, and saying things and saying lies about, and Ibrahim Traore said, it's not much that, but it hurt me because you're a brother. But did Langley ever see Traore as a brother? Because we're so split up. North, south, east, west, old, young, tall, short, light, dark, money, not having money, college educated, not educated. We'll never get anywhere. FBA, ADOS, indigenous, this, that, whatever. I don't see the Chinese splitting themselves up like that. When a Chinaman sees a Chinaman, they work together. They put their other differences aside if they have any differences. But we don't do that. And so that's why right now, My motivation in defending a lot of the foolishness, which I never defended the foolishness of black people, but it just seems now that it's just going off the deep end. Some of us realize it, some of us know it, but most of us don't. We don't get it. We don't support. So take your energies elsewhere and live your life and enjoy it. And if you can do something to add on to our unity, fine. You can't push it on people. I thought I could. I've seen enough and I've seen a lot, and I'm all for that. But I'm new right now. I'm not in drive. I'm not in reverse. But if you're down, I'm down. If you're not, I'm not going to take any time to convince you, because too many of us have worked so hard and died broke, and just died lonely after a lifetime of work to bring us together. So I'm a spectator now. I'll do my little stuff here and there, but that crazy motivation and yes, we must unite. If you go with that, if you're not, ho hum, I'm going to enjoy my life. Anyway, I just wanted to say a little message. I didn't know it was going to go that far, but I'm in here working, doing some technical things and sweating because it's so hot tonight. And I spent the day in the sun. Whoa, that sun is something else out here in the motherland. But anyway, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, good shout out to all the people who support, people who are there, good words, leave your comments. Give me a few things to talk about that you think are relevant, and we'll roll with that. All right? Much love to you all. Salute to my brothers. Much love. Mwah, to my sisters. And whatever you are, other than that, I don't know what to tell you. All right? Anyway, peace. Much love. So long.